A question that I always get asked is, how do you get good at guitar? The short answer is obviously practice, but there are definitely a few things along the way that I have done and continue to do still to this day that have really helped me to get to where I am with my playing. As a guitarist, you never stop learning things, and you should never want to either, because it means that you're not expanding your knowledge. You're not getting better at what you do. So with that being said, I thought it'd be really cool to bring you along with my practice session for today. I have something really sick to check out and to try, and I'm going to show it to you, and I know that you're going to find it sick as well. One of my favorite guitarists, Manuel Gardner Fernandez, has released an instructional book with videos. I'm going to try and learn something from him. So he's written and recorded 10 etudes. The first 7 focus on different techniques, and the final 3 are a combination of all of those techniques at different difficulty levels. And this also includes a final boss level too. The techniques covered are picking techniques, percussive strumming, which is something that Manu is actually famous for, tapping, hybrid picking, thumping, legato, and slides and harmonics. I've had a glance over it already and at the videos too, and I think that it's going to be a bible for modern electric guitar playing. If you want to check it out, you can find it on Amazon or on the Guitar Vivo website. Both are linked down in my description. So this is the etude I'm learning. So step 1 to becoming a good guitarist is to simply grizz it out and sound terrible, which is the part that you're going to watch me do now. It has to be ugly before it gets pretty. That's just the way it is. Mr. Amazon driver bent my book. Don't do that. Achoo! Oh, da-da-da. Oh shit, that's not the one. Cool. Da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, I got it. Oh no. Cool. On to the next. I already can't remember it. It's a good job. Okay, we're on to the beautiful harmonics section now. I'm excited for this. He does this all with one stretch. My hands are simply not big enough for that kind of a thing. We're just gonna see how it goes. Oh my goodness, that's nice, isn't it? See, it's not great. I don't sound great right now, but you have to trust the process. There's already been at least 5 times in the last 10 minutes where I've wanted to give up, but the point is that you have to not give up and you have to keep pushing through even when you don't sound good, because you'll never get to sounding good if you don't do the bad bit first. Something like that. Okay. Oh, that was cool. Oh my goodness me, that bit's quite tricky actually. Okay, so I've played it all the way through, and now my next tip for when you're learning something is to play it along to whatever it is you're playing to, like the song or a video, slowly. I just find this really helps me to get a lot of context. This is a tab book, and I find tab hard to read at the best of times. I don't feel like I grasp the rhythm as easy as I would if I was to listen to something. So now what I'm gonna do is I've chucked this video of Manu into Final Cut Pro and I've slowed it down. I'm basically gonna play along with him, and that just means I'm not gonna be reliant on the tabs. It's gonna create more of a visual connection because I'm watching it being played on a guitar. I just find that to be easier. So So I've got it relatively well now in my memory. The next thing that I do always is put stuff to a metronome so that I can work on getting all of the different sections together and then speeding it up until I get to full speed, and then I can play along to the track or whatever it is that I'm trying to do. So let's load up a metronome. We're going to do it section by section, 90 beats per minute. That's section 1. Section 2. Section 3. And then the final section. Playing with a metronome is responsible for so many reasons that I am where I am now with my guitar playing. I started playing with a metronome from a really young age and it has made the world of difference. So if you aren't currently incorporating the use of a metronome into your guitar practice, that is one of the biggest takeaways from this video. You should start doing that for sure. I'm going to personally leave it here for today because it's 9:30 at night and I need to eat dinner. But what I would do from here is I would drill it with a metronome until it was perfect and all together at one speed, and then I would increase in increments of 10 beats per minute at a time. I only increase the speed when my playing is correct and it's tight. There is no point in increasing the speed if it doesn't sound right. So take it slow for as long as you need. There is no shame in doing that. So to summarize, the things that I've done since I was a child to help me always get better at guitar are as follows. Number 1, you are going to sound terrible before you get better, and you just have to learn to live with it, unfortunately. But it does make it so much more rewarding when you finally do start sounding good and it does start sounding like the actual song. Stick with it and trust the process. You will thank yourself later. Number 2, always take stuff so slowly. You saw me there. I was working at snail speed. I wasn't trying to rush in and learn stuff as quickly as possible. Slowed it right down until I fully understood it and then started working from there. Another thing I always do with whatever it is that I'm learning, a whole song or just a solo or a riff, whatever it is, I always break it into bite-sized sections. Breaking stuff into smaller sections just helps your brain to understand it so much quicker. If you try and learn a whole solo in one hit, you're just not going to remember any of it. You're far better taking it section by section, breaking it down into smaller chunks, memorizing that, then going, okay, I've got that, moving on to the next bit. Then you put section 1 and 2 together and so on. And then once you've got all of the sections correct individually, that's when you want to put them together and use a metronome. I know that a lot of people find it scary and sometimes boring, but if you can learn to become one with the metronome, you don't even notice it's there. This is going to train you to be a really tight guitarist as well. So the sooner you welcome the metronome, the faster you're going to get better. Become one with the metronome. And then finally, the whole theme of this video is to learn new things always. If you feel like something is hard and something is challenging, that means you are becoming a better guitarist and you are growing with your playing. The minute you find something easy, it served its purpose. If you really want to always be improving your guitar playing, you need to always be playing stuff that is difficult for you. It is the only way that you're going to grow. So with that being said, those are my secrets, my tips to becoming a great guitarist, and all of the steps that I personally follow to try and, maintain and improve my playing. And that's what I've always done since I was a kid. I really hope that you guys found it helpful, and I just want to say a massive thank you to Manu and Guitar Vivo for hooking me up with Manu's new book. It's absolutely sick, and if you want to check it out, head to the link in my description. If you enjoyed watching the video, please hit like and subscribe, and that is all for today. I am gonna go and chow down on some pasta now, and I will see you next time. Bye!